Hello everybody, welcome to our press conference for our Premier League game against Liverpool on Sunday. First section embargoed until 1:30 p.m. today. Let's start with Simon Page.
Hi, Erik.
Simon, hello.
Just to start off with, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw, are you able to update on their issues and the severity and the timescales they're facing?
Yeah, so Harry, he will not be available for coming games. But we don't think it's a long term. And Luke Shaw, he trained this morning. So we think he's available for Sunday.
And in terms of the rest of the team, you seem to have quite a lengthy absentee list. Is there anyone else going to be available back from illness or injury?
Yes, Marcus Rashford. He will. Martial not.
Samuel.
Do you know who your captain's going to be on Sunday with Bruno suspended?
Yes, I know.
Are you going to tell us?
No.
And then going back to the Anfield game last season, obviously it was a bad day. The win percentage of the team seems to have fallen drastically since then compared to before it. Do you think there's been a psychological effect of that result, that defeat?
Oh, I think everyone knows. I think everyone is highly motivated when you go to Anfield. It's a great place to go, and you know it's going to be tough. And I think that is everything what every top footballer wants. He wants to have that challenge. So you have to looking forward. And last year, of course, we take that in our memory. But you have to also take the benefit from it, learn from it. And on Sunday, we can prove that.
Erik, you'll know managers are ultimately judged by the results of their teams. What gives you the confidence that you have the backing of everybody here at the club still, despite the difficult run of results that you've had this season?
I feel that, and they tell it against me. But actually, and that's fine, and that's okay. But I'm focusing on the process. I'm focusing on to make this team play better. I'm focusing on make the individuals better, and that's my concern. And that's all what I'm doing, focusing on the right thing, and that is the team.
So you can't get distracted by concern about your job or whatever, or whether you might lose your job.
No, but there's no concern, because I'm here to win, and I have to make the team play better. And if you play good, even then I say good is not good enough. And so now we are inconsistent. So I have to work on that. The team is going to play in a for longer periods in a higher level.
Simon.
Erik, you brought Rasmus in for a lot of money, and he's not scored in the Premier League. I know he's scored in the Champions League, but are you giving him enough support? Is the team providing him with enough support? Because he doesn't look as though he's going to score at the moment.
As you said, he scored on the highest level. Champions League, 5 goals. Is a massive performance from a young player. I don't think there are so many young players who can do that. So you see, he has the potential, and we recognize that. And I'm sure he will get there. He will also going to score in the Premier League. I see how he's working in the training. We have to work on our attacking game, but I think he had his opportunities. Also the team bring him in the right place, but it can always be better. And as you say, he didn't score so far in the Premier League, so we have to work on that.
Erik, how much do you envy Liverpool? Because at the moment they're top of the league. They've only lost once. They've been able to rest players in midweek, unlike yourselves. They've not got as many injuries. How much do you envy them? Because they're perhaps where maybe you want to be.
Oh yeah, they're playing good, no doubt. But we have some more tough games in the last period. So Bayern is also a very good team, and so we have seen we can go head to head with them. So that is our challenge for Sunday as well.
Do you worry? Are you a manager who's starting to worry with the injuries and with the trip to a team like Liverpool? Are you a worrier?
No, and that we will put out a team who can challenge, a team who is confident to win that game, and we're preparing the team in the best way we can, and we are confident that we put out a team who can win there.
Jamie.
Given the 7-0 humiliation, because it was a humiliation last year, a lot of people are asking me, do you think, Erik, do you think the team would take maybe a 1 or a 2-0 defeat, no embarrassment? Obviously, you do not want that, but how can you stop your players being scared, basically, of that happening again? Because it's got to be in their heads.
I haven't seen last season that we were scared there, and
that was before you lost the 7-0, right? So that's happened. So now that's happened. Do you think?
Yeah, but that is it was a bad experience, but it's not similar, and it is you start again on nil. And last year, first half, I think we played very decent, and we got hammered just before halftime, just after halftime, and then we collapsed. So yeah, that can't happen. But it was last year, and it was a different team, also all different players, for a part at least. Yeah, so yeah, we will not ignore it, but we go there and we will be confident. And I know my players; they will be confident to go there from the end or from the start to the end. We have to fight there. We have to challenge there, and you go there with the idea. And so we will prepare them. We go to win there.
Have you watched it back? Will you show it to them? Have you shown it to them to sort of point out what you to learn from it, basically?
No, so we know that, but I don't think it's the right thing. And last year, it was the past, and what we can change is the future. And so that's Sunday. Sunday is a new game.
Sure.
Hi, Erik. It's going to be a frantic, hostile atmosphere. How important is it players keep a cool head, and how important is leadership in that situation?
Yeah, but we talked about this issue the last weeks many times, and these players proved they can deal with that. So yeah, and on Sunday there's the next challenge. So that is I would say our demand. We have to do it repeatedly and on a consistent base, and that's our challenge. But we will go for that.
James.
Erik, clearly you'd wanted to be in the Champions League in the new year, but now you're not and you're out of Europe entirely. Can it be a benefit to you going forward that you're going to have more time on the training ground, you're going to have a less frantic schedule that might hopefully help injuries alleviate? Can you turn that into a positive going forward?
Yeah, I think the way you describe it, I think that's true. At least we had so many injuries in the first part of the season, but now we have less games. So the load will be less, so that can give players the opportunities to recover, and also more time on the training pitch. But we will be fresher in the games.
So it can boost your hopes of a top four finish, you think?
Of course, that's a target.
Yeah.
Okay, last question in this section, Martin.
Yes, Erik, good to see you again. The press officer asked me to do the question in English, so I'll try. Could you explain to Dutch viewers why you're known in Holland as a coach, as a manager who is always capable of having a philosophy and teaching the players and doing the game you want? But now somehow with United, it's far more complex, I think. So what makes United a nice, beautiful club, but also a very complex club?
No, it's a similar, Martin. It's not complex. We play also here 11-11, and we play, I think, very good games, very good performances. Also, the last weeks against Chelsea, against Everton, in Galatasaray for a long spell of the game, against Bayern Munich, where we were very disciplined. So I'm not so sure if your analysis is correct. We are working here on a typical style where I was always working on. But you need the players consistency in. To get routines in, you don't want to swap every time your team, and that is definitely the case. And especially we had it in the back line, where and then especially on the left side, left centre half, left fullback. Every time we have to swap there, and that's not improving the routines. And that is what you need. But then still, at a club. So in Ajax, you have to win. Here, you have to win definitely. So that is always is the demand. And for those demands, you can never run away. And I don't run away from that. And that's our obligation to win every game, because our squad is good enough. The players in the squad are good enough to put out a team who can win every game.
And is it then the history of this club that makes it so tough? The big expectations?
Yeah, but that is the expectations. That's normal. That is you know that it's a fact. And but when you start a game, you don't think about the expectations. You think about winning the game. And when you start a season, you don't think about that. Because it's a fact. The targets will be high, and so you have to construct a team what's very good. And so you have to work on all, say, the head moments of football. You have to be top of the bill in any moment.
Last question, if you mind. Can you give the Dutch people a good Christmas message that you don't depend on the job against Liverpool about your position? Can you promise them you will be here still?
So I'm not concerned about that. And I want to win. And I want to win with my team. I want to progress the team in the right direction. And so we are here in a project. And last season we were absolutely in the right direction. In the project now we haven't met the standards we expect to have. That's the truth. But still we are in the project, and so we have a setback. But we still can everything winning in this season. And on the longer term, definitely, because the future for Man United, I think, is very good. If you see how many good players we have in the squad, how many good young players we have in the squad, and who have really high potential to play top levels worldwide. But we have to develop that. And so I'm sure when the injury is getting back, that this team will perform better.